Hey guys, AuspiciousAussie.
Here, and welcome to episode 6 of my AS Monaco save. In this episode, I mentioned in the previous one that we were actually going to do a live com for this PSG game. Um, I'll get into the ladder first of all before I get into fixtures and obviously into that game. But as you can see, Bordeaux are currently top on 42 points, followed by PSG, who with a win against us today could go first. Surprise packet, Nantes, FC Nantes, or Nantes, I'm not exactly sure the French pronunciation on that. But we are currently 8th, obviously not ideal. We've lost 7 games this season, which is not where I wanted to be, but still, it's better than being a lot further down. As you can see, it's quite congested around this area anyway. There's a lot of teams from 12th position up to about 6th is quite congested. Obviously, we have a game in hand, so we could potentially move to 28 points today. Lorient also have a game in hand, which is pretty which is not ideal. But anyway, obviously PSG have won the league last 2 seasons in a row, and yeah, they look like they'll probably make it a third this season, unless Bordeaux can continue this fine form they've had so far. Lyon are actually unbeaten so far this season, so that's something else to mention. And they actually have 2 games in hand, so they could potentially be first if they win their 2 games in hand. Anyway, let's get into the fixtures now. Did I make any transfers? I might just have a look at that actually, because I'm not exactly sure. Alright. I mentioned him in the previous episode, I think, but we did sign Van Eek, the central defender. He's improved a little bit so far. I did pay a little bit of, quite a bit of cash, 8.5 mil for him, but he's definitely a prospect for the future. And I think I actually gave him a game. Yeah, I gave him 1 game. I think I just brought him off the bench for like 15 minutes or something, so he didn't actually get a rating. But anyway, and I think I sent him back down. Yeah, send him down to the under-19s and the reserve squad. Anyway, fixtures. Don't want to make this episode too long. Start of the season. Okay. First game we had Guingamp. Drew 1-1 with them. I mean, it's not an ideal result. As you can see, Rodriguez picked up an injury. I think it was for about 3 months as well. Carrasco getting our goal there. They then replied through Lemaitre, and Papadopoulos in his debut getting a man of the match rating. Player of the match, whatever you want to call it. We then beat PSG 1-0 at home, which is really surprising. As you can see, Matinho getting on the score sheet for us and being the match winner. Coleman and Matip, I mean the whole defence except for Shaw, who are subbed, played pretty well. And yeah, that's about it. Tulin also played well in the register role. We then also beat Jacques Montaigne 2-1 away from home. Matip and Riviere for us with a late goal after they replied late on as well. And 3 points again. We then lost to AS Saint-Etienne 2-1 at home, or 1-2 at home. Seamus Coleman for us, Wilfried Zaha for Saint-Etienne, and they also got a penalty through Papadopoulos, I believe. That's why I brought him off. We then drew 1-0 with Los Lille. Solomon Kalou for them, and a Matinho equaliser for us. Fernandez injury as well, which was disappointing, but I think he came back the next game anyway, or 2 games after that or something. We then beat Stade de Reims 3-2 at home. Lucas Ocampos, Aubameyang, before picking up a 3-month injury, and Riviere, and they got a Lombard brace, but we did win that one. FC Lorient was up next, 2-2 draw away from home. As you can see, Cheryshev got a brace for himself after Ancelotti started complaining he wasn't getting enough game time, so put him in, got a brace straight away, and he's featured quite a bit since then as well. He also got player of the match on an 8.8 match rating, and yeah, nothing really to mention there. Pretty boring draw, to be honest. We then lost at home to Lille. Geraldo with their only goal in this one. Luke Shaw player of the match, but the rest of the defence wasn't up to scratch really. We then faced our rivals Nice, lost 2-0 away from home. always disappointing. And the 18-year-old Neil Maupay getting a brace for Nice there, which is really disappointing. Is a player I'm looking into, maybe sign him next season or in January, perhaps. ST Bastia, 3-0 victory at home, not bad. Riviere and a Matinho brace with a penalty, of course, and a 9.2 match rating for him, which is pretty good. We then faced Montpellier, lost 1-0 away from home. Emmanuel Herrera for Montpellier, and that was all she wrote in that game. We then drew 1-1 with Auxerre, or AJ Auxerre, if you want to be precise. Basically just an own goal, saving us, well, a point there. And yeah, we then faced Auxerre again, this time in the Coupe de Ligue third round, and they beat us. I'm not sure, I played a bit of a second string team. You know, Ganzo was in there, Kazurwa and Borja, Tisserand as well. Abu Diallo also came on for Borja. That's how poor it was. Abu Diallo is actually just an 18-year-old centre back. He's actually really impressive. I wasn't really watching his progress, and then I had a little look through the under 18s, and yeah, he had improved immensely since I first looked at him in the first season. Pretty sure most of his stats were 13, so he's got quite a few 15s and 114 in his base defensive stats, you know, like strength, jumping, reach, and obviously marking, tackling, heading. Anyway, next game was against FC Nantes, of course, the surprise packet this season. We lost 1-0 to them at home, which is really disappointing, and not much really to go on about. Tisserand played another game, I think because Coleman had picked up a suspension, perhaps. Well, that's what I'm hoping anyway. We then faced Marseille for the first time this season, sorry, and lost 3-1 to them away from home, so it wasn't that bad. But as you can see, we were right in it up until about the end, and then Jordan Ayew, you know, scored a goal in the 93rd minute. Manuel Fernandez on the score sheet for us there. We then beat Toulouse 4-0. This was after I changed, not changed the tactic, but tweaked it. Got rid of 2 instructions, as I thought some instructions were like conflicting with other instructions, if that makes sense. Rivera with a brace, Papadopoulos on the score sheet, I think for his first goal, and an own goal by Sheikh Bangre. Next up was Stade Rennes, another win, 2-1 away from home this time. As you can see, Campos and Tudolin with our goals, and Alessandrini for Rennes. We then also beat FC Metz 3-0 at home. Lucas Campos, Papadopoulos and Riviere once again. And the final game I played was against Havre AC, and they beat us 1-0 away from home, despite us dominating pretty much the whole game. Their goalkeeper also got a 7.3 match rating. Now if I jump into the stats, you'll see... oh no, we didn't actually dominate. Maybe I was thinking about a different game. Clear cut chances, 3. Oh, okay. Maybe I was wrong about that. But anyway, it's a game we should have probably at least drawn. But as you can see, everyone played really poorly, so, you know, fair result, I guess. Bit too far. And as you can see, PSG, before I play a friendly game, and we have drawn Hi-Res FC in the Coupe de France 9th round. And I think they're a national team, so I might play a bit of an understrength team in that one. But anyway, let's get into the team for today. There we go. As you can see, I got rid of a few instructions here. Apologies for it being so small. It's just because I'm playing in a windowed, well, that's how I record anyway, in the windowed version. But normally I'll just play, obviously, like full screen. Anyway, Diallo has made the bench. I know, obviously, I want to progress him a little bit more, and I like his stuff, but players like Abadal and Borja, I mean, Abadal's played well. He played left back for me a couple of times, I think, and you know he hasn't been quite that bad. But obviously his stats are decreasing a lot. Is his 34 now? 35 now. Wow. And yeah, nothing else to mention. I mean, Ganzo's been really, really poor. Probably been the most disappointing player so far this season. And how much did we actually buy him for? It says 1.2, but I think it was like 3.8 because we had to buy his agent out or something. So hopefully hopefully he can come good. Otherwise, I might look to move him on sometime. Hopefully make a profit, I guess. But anyway, starting 11, Akinfeev goals. I changed the fullbacks as well, the wing backs to fullbacks. We've got Shaw at left back, Matip and Papadopoulos in the centre of defence, and Coleman at right back. It's the standard back four. Tillman as I registered today. Moutinho box to box. Fernandez advanced playmaker. I mentioned it before. Cherish has been playing a lot of games for us. Obviously, his rating's a bit lower, a bit low compared to the rest of the team. But I'm expecting that to go up a bit more as he's playing well. And Campos is on the other wing with Riviera up front, simply because Aubameyang picked up another injury, so he's out for another 2 days. And I mean, I don't think he's match fit actually. Yeah, as you can see, he's only played 2 league games for us, which is horrible considering we paid 50 million for him and he's on 75k a week. But he has scored 1 goal in those 2 games, so expecting big things when he comes back. Anything else to mention? Not really. As you can see, Rodriguez has a lower rating than Cheryshev, which is why he's still playing. But anyway, bench today: Sabasic, Diallo, Tisserand, Aruka, Kondogbia, Rodriguez, and Carrasco. And let's advance now. Okay. Obviously, it's going to be an extremely tough game. They're playing a simple 4-4-2. Didn't realise they signed Contral. That's interesting. They did sign Yarmolenko and Rakitic in the summer transfer window. And they also signed Schürrle, which is interesting as well. Okay, I'm just going to say we're underdogs today, so nobody expects anything, because I certainly don't. Alright, it is raining, so that's interesting. Apologies if it's a little laggy. I'm running low hard drive space at the moment. I've got like 150 gigs worth of video to dub, and yeah, it's all just, oh my god, 1-0. 1-0 already. Joel Matip off the corner. Kind of looked like a goal Southampton scored recently against Sunderland in that 2-2 draw. And Coleman's picked up a knock here, so I'm going to have to bring him off. That's really disappointing. Because Tisserand, he's not as defensively solid as Coleman. He's probably a variety. Oh, Ibrahimovic. Yeah. 13th goal of the season for Zlatan. No real surprise there. I mean, I was surprised that we were winning. I just had a mad test pop. That we were winning for however long we were winning for. I think it was like 10 minutes. Verratti, good save. Akinfeev now boots it up the field. Come on, son. Come on, Rivera. Fernandez, Rivera, he's in behind. Come on, son. Slot it. Oh, good save by Siriju. Another corner. Come on, Matip. On your head. Moutinho. It's away by Zlatan. Cavani's looking to get onto it. He's quick. Campos, and he's fouled. Yes. Surely that's a yellow. Alright, half-time's approaching. And to be honest, I probably would take a 1-1 draw. Now that I said that, they're going to score. Yep. Oh, crossbar. Verratti also in again. Away by Matip Rakitic. Ooh. Alright, that should be half-time now. God. Rivera. I don't actually have any other... Well, I have other strikers in the... I'm going to say you're unlucky. I have other strikers in my youth team, which they're up to standard. Like, there's one guy, I forget what his name is, but I think he's 18, and he's like a real good poacher. And I just haven't decided to bring him up, which is really stupid, to be honest. I really should have done... Oh, Cavani's in behind. Oh, good challenge. Good challenge. Matip beasting it today. Yeah, I really should have brought him in, considering Aubameyang's picked up a massive injury and then got injured again after coming back for 1 game. Oh, come on, boys. Lucas Moura. He's been quiet every time I've versed PSG. Fernandez, come on. Martinez in behind. Oh, come on, play that ball. And he tips around, gives the ball away to Yarmolenko. He'll run up the other end, cross the ball, and they'll score. Told you. Told you. Zlatan with a brace. 2 minutes into the second half. That's just ideal. That is perfect. Okay. What can we do? What can we do? I think we've got to bring a campus off. Yeah, we'll bring Carrasco on. Yeah, alright, well, I want to bring Riviere off, but the only thing I can think of is either putting Cheryshev or Rodriguez up front, and I don't really even want to do that, because they're both in poor form. PSG corner. Oh, come on. Come on. Matinho gives away a penalty. And that's basically all she wrote for this game, I guess. Come on, Akinfeev. Don't give me his hat-trick. Oh, good save. Straight down the throat of Akinfeev. That's unlike Zlatan. You'd expect him to get his hat-trick, you know. Come on, Matinho. Make up for it. Oh, straight into the arms of Siraju. Ooh, risky. Riveri. Oh, he's off the post. Oh, no. Oh, no. I can't believe we didn't score there. Anyone else, and they would have scored. But of course, it fell to Riviere. And I should not be saying that about my striker, even though he's backup. Damn it, that was a really good chance to level the game. Come on. 20 seconds. What are you doing? Why would you do that? Stop passing it backwards. Oh, next time I'm going to change the instruction. Oh my god. He's got his hat-trick. No, maybe not. That's full time anyway, guys, and it has finished 2-1. That's really disappointing. Well, I mean, at one stage we should have been 3-1 down, so I'm just going to say we're unlucky, because we kind of were. As you can see, fairly even. Fairly even. We actually dominated possession, which is interesting, with this tactic especially. Because usually I don't dominate possession. Usually it's like 53 to 47 to the other team. But anyway, it's a bit of a disappointing result, you know. How does that leave the league? Yeah, PSG top. We're still in 8th, so I guess that's not that bad, but obviously there's still a few more games to be kicked off. But the friendly game's up next, and then the cup game. So we've got Bordeaux after these two, which is going to be a bit scary as well. But I hope you guys join me back for the mid-season review. Of course, the fixtures up until, which will be at the Stade de Reims just before that game. It'll be the January transfer update and just these fixtures in between here, I guess. So yeah, if you've enjoyed today's episode, I know we lost, but it was still a pretty decent performance by the boys considering everything. Please give the video a like rating, guys, and head over to my channel and subscribe if you wanted to keep up to date with these episodes. I'm talking really quickly because I want to make this episode short, and it's become really long. And yeah, anyway, guys, that's it. See you in the next episode. Goodbye.